Dominique Williams, Foundations in Special Education class. This disposition has 3 questions that I answered. The first one is, what is the special education teacher's role in supporting learning, improving planning and practice, upholding professional expectations and ethics, and collaboratively advancing the profession? As a special education teacher, my role in learning is to meet students where they are and learn new ways to teach my students. Improving planning as a first-time educator daily on how to work through the many adversities I will face during my first years as a teacher. Also, I will have late nights and early mornings figuring out how to best prep and plan my daily lessons. Lastly, I will practice by remaining ethical in my classroom. Also, I'll report anything unethical to my supervisor immediately. It's not hard to uphold professional expectations and ethics when trying to collaboratively advance in the profession. Staying true to my faith in God and my amazing support system, combined with the drive to change lives, is what will help me continue to uphold professional expectations and ethics in my profession. What dispositions that you currently possess will help you become a successful teacher? What dispositions do you need to work on before you enter a classroom as a first-year teacher? My temperament and my background are a disposition that I've carried most of my life. I was raised in the inner city and attended schools in my area. The schools in my area were impoverished and full of minorities. Growing up in poverty and attending inner city schools helped me adapt and be aware of my surroundings. I'm culturally competent and I will be able to relate to my students. This will allow me to be a successful teacher because if my students confide in me, they'll trust me. And when students trust their teachers, I believe they're more receptive to come to class and participate. In my first year as a teacher, I will need to be stern. I will have to follow through, treat all my students the same, involve parents, and be respectful to all my students. What effect could personal biases have on expectations that teachers have for their students? How could biases affect their relationships with students and their families? Personal biases that teachers might have on their students is higher expectations for students that they should. Also, another bias is working in inner city schools. Some teachers think parents and students don't care about education, and that's not true. This is a bias that many teachers need to overcome and overcome fast. These biases create distrust with the teacher, the parent, and the student, which creates a hostile classroom. There are many ways teachers can overcome these biases by sympathizing and being more understanding. Also, there are classes and trainings available. I would highly recommend Bridges Over Poverty, which bridges the gap between lower and middle class. Thank you.